dirt, close colors.
Kevin, and face. Nope, over there. And face Brian. Yes. This works.
Chaplain will offer a prayer.
Morning, everybody.
Uncover.
Almighty God, in your hands are living and the dead. We give you thanks for those who are comrades who have laid down their lives in service to our country. May they rest in peace, and may light perpetual shine upon them. May the good work of seeking justice for the oppressed and peace for all mankind be rewarded with success, that their sacrifices shall not have been in vain. And may we never fail to remember the awesome cost of the freedom that we enjoy. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Cover. Green. Green. Like green. I mean, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome you all today and recognize our distinguished guests, First Selectman Mike Frieda, State Senator 34th District Paul Ciccarella, State Representative 87th District Dave Iacarino, our past department commander and Grand Marshal today, Wayne Morgan, they were brothers in arms, but also brothers bonded by sacrifice. Navy SEALs Nathan Gage Ingram, Christopher J. Chambers attempted to board an unflagged ship in the Arabian Sea that was carrying an Iranian-made weapons to Yemen on January 11th. As they were leaving their boat to climb the contraband ship, waves reportedly widened the gap between the two vessels. Chambers plunged into the water. Ingram jumped in to save him. They were never seen again. The dangers inherent with military service are especially so with Navy Special Warfare operators, but they exist in every branch, in every military occupation. Today we honor the more than 1 million men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation while serving in wars and missions since the American Revolution. Each story is unique, and each story represents a heartbreak to the family and friends left to mourn. There was Private Furman L. Smith, who served with the Army's 135th Infantry Regiment, 34th Infantry Division, 80 years ago. His unit came under intense fire from German forces near Lanuvio, Italy. Severely outnumbered by the enemy, Private Smith tended to seriously wounded comrades, even as others withdrew. Smith emptied clip after clip of his M1 Garand rifle and killed at least 10 enemy soldiers before he was fatally shot. The 19-year-old from 6 Mile, South Carolina, was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. There was also Lieutenant Colonel Annie Ruth Graham, who served in the Army Nurse Corps during World War II, the Korean War, and finally Vietnam. It was while she was assigned to the 91st Evacuation Hospital in Tui Wa that Graham succumbed to a stroke in 1968. She is one of 8 women. Oh, you can be seated, I'm sorry. She is one of 8 women whose names are on the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. Colonel William Rich Higgins was a Marine who served as a chief observer on a United Nations peacekeeping mission. On February 17, 1988, the Vietnam veteran was driving on a coastal road in southern Lebanon when his car was suddenly blocked by another vehicle. He was taken hostage by Hezbollah terrorists. He endured months of torture before his captors released a video of his hanging. He was declared dead by the United States government on July 6, 1990. He was survived by his wife Robin and daughter Christine. As proud Americans, we should all remember that our freedom is not free. It is only possible because heroes, some from our own families or neighborhoods, have paid a high price. It's that price which enables us to have ceremonies and observances like this in towns across this great country. The first Memorial Day was not called Memorial Day. It is believed to have been celebrated with a parade of freed slaves and Union soldiers marching through Charleston, South Carolina in 1865. Waterloo, New York is considered the official birthplace of Memorial Day because after the town held observances on May 5, 1866, General John Murray and General John A. Logan called on all communities to honor the war dead every year. Logan had been impressed with how the South had honored Confederate soldiers for years. In 1868, Logan, who was head of the prominent veterans group, Grand Army of the Republic, issued a proclamation that Decoration Day be observed nationwide. The date was chosen as May 30th, specifically because it was not on the anniversary of a battle. It was a day to honor fallen veterans of all American wars. Even so, many communities did not want to observe Decoration Day because of lingering resentments from the Civil War. The alternative name, Memorial Day, wasn't commonly used until World War II, a two-front fight against tyranny in which more than 400,000 American service members would die. Among those heroes were singled out by President Ronald Reagan as he stood at an outdoor lectern in Normandy, France on June 6, 1984. Quote, "Behind me is a memorial that symbolizes the Ranger daggers that were thrust into the top of these cliffs," President Reagan said, "and before me are the men who put them there. These are the boys of Pointe du Hoc. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end a war," end quote. Many of the men rest in graves at Normandy American Cemetery. Others found peace at Arlington or in their hometown burial places. And many more survived the war and raised their families under the peace and freedom that they and their brothers and sisters in arms fought so hard to achieve. The American Legion Preamble, we pledge to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars. We do not pat ourselves on the back or impress people with stories of our own military service. We know what we did, but we are also witnesses. Veterans have seen heroism in its purest form. Veterans served alongside the very men and women that we remember today. One such witness was Lou Counter. On April 1st, 2024, Lou passed away at age 102. He was the last survivor of the USS Arizona. During the Pearl Harbor observances in 2020, Lou said to the American Legion, quote, "We're not the heroes. The 1,177 who went down with the ship are heroes. You have to remember, we got to go home, get married, have children and grandchildren, and we've lived a good life. Those who didn't get to do that should be called heroes," end quote. Lou's sentiment was undoubtedly influenced by his own humility, for he did serve heroically throughout his 26-year Navy career. But his larger point must also be remembered. We are able to raise families, continue careers, and live good lives because of the sacrifices made by young men and women who never came home. We must always remember them. May they all rest in peace. Thank you for being here. God bless America. And when I read the names of our members who have passed during the past year: John Doobie, Air Force; Theodore Astorita, Army; George Moreland, Air Force; Tom Maley, Army; Carol Drydale, Navy; Howard Rohoff, Army; Nicholas Raccio, Marines; Pasquale Murrow, Army; William Lugs, Navy; Donald Burton, Navy; Joseph Paletta, Army; Raymond Sims, Army; Stephen Ragoshi, Navy; Robert Roser, Army; Richard Johnson, Navy; Noel Kletsky, Army; Stanley Trela, Navy; Richard Regali, Army; Ralph Acampora, Army; Louis Angelillo, Army; Thomas Gallagher, Army; John Humer, Army; John Buzzard, Marines; Charles Tremonti, Navy; Mark Adams, Navy; Robert Mercurio, Army; John Corwar, Air Force; Hugh McIntyre, Army; Irvin Bear, Army; The pipers will play an interlude.
Military center. All right. Rick, Mark.
to now call on our poet laureate.
I'm Gabriella Brand. I'm the North Haven Poet Laureate, and I'm here today to read a poem that I couldn't quite find the name for. I wrote the poem, and I thought I would call it All Across America. But then I decided I would call it Forgetting. You can decide. From long ago battles, from the Meuse and the Marne and the Argonne, some didn't come back. From the beaches of Normandy, of Guam, of Okinawa, some didn't come back. From Saigon City or Hamburger Hill, from Baghdad or Fallujah or Kandahar, some didn't come back. Somewhere, a mother turns her gaze from an empty chair. A widow searches for a black dress. A child waits and waits. Some didn't come back, but we don't forget them. All across our precious, fragile country, under our beautiful, four spacious skies, as we breathe in the lightness and darkness of life itself, we don't forget them. With fluttering flag and bugle call on the village greens of small towns, in private moments of reflection, we don't forget them. When we lie safe in our own beds, when we shake hands or wrap our arms around familiar shoulders, when we acknowledge our freedom, we don't forget them. Some didn't come back, but we don't forget them.
Thank you. I'd like to now call on our first selectman, Michael Prida, with remarks.
Thank you very much. It's a tremendous pleasure to be here. I'd like to also acknowledge the other two members of our Board of Selectmen who are here this morning. Our second selectman, Mr. William Piper, retired U.S. Army. And our third select woman, Ms. Sally Boemi, whose father was part of the greatest generation, Dr. Boemi, serving in World War II. And I'd like to thank our Post 76 for hosting this ceremony. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, on the surface, Memorial Day represents, to many people, the start of summer. There's many festivities that are associated with Memorial Day. Baseball games, sporting events, barbecues, cookouts. And in about an hour from now, we will see the festivities of our own North Haven Memorial Day Parade. But underneath that facade of festivity lies the real reason we're here this morning. To pause, reflect, and remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And for those who have served, and for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, they were struck at the time with the contradiction of courage. On one hand, the courage to have a fierce will to survive, but also having the courage to have the readiness to die to support their country. And for each and every one of the veterans here today, you have my greatest admiration. Thank you. Thank you for your service, and for those who have fallen before us, who've given us the right to live in the liberties we have today. We remember you. We will never forget you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I would now like to call on our State Senator Paul Ciccarello with remarks.
Thank you. And thank you to the Post for doing this every year, and all the volunteers that come out and take their time out of their day to make sure we continue to do this. And it's so important. And it's so great to see so many young children here today. Every day I tell my child, Paulie over there, when he sees a veteran, you thank him. Unfortunately, there are so many men and women who gave their life, and they won't get that opportunity to get that thank you from our children. And today we can reflect on that. As Mr. Frieda said, we look at this as a celebration, and that's what it is. But why we do that and have a good time and enjoy the freedoms that so many gave their life so we could have, we have to reflect on that and always talk to our younger generation about why we're celebrating today. Because they see the balloons and the fun, but it's important that they understand why we have today's celebrations. And I wanted to just say your poem was beautiful. Thank you very much.
And now I'd like to call on State Representative and Post Member Dave Yaccarino with remarks.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Post 76, and to the Pipes and Drums, the fire department is here from North Haven, the residents of North Haven. Thank you all, and God bless you all. Today we celebrate this weekend Memorial Day, but remember, most men and women that passed, that gave their lives for our freedom, never saw their 21st birthday. Most between 17 and maybe 18, 19. And they gave their freedoms knowing that when you join the service, you don't know what you're going to get. But what you're getting is protect the freedoms and liberties of this great country. So we should never forget that. Be good to each other, because the men and women that sacrificed their lives for us, they didn't sacrifice for us to fight amongst ourselves. They sacrificed to fight other countries that were trying to hurt us. And our world right now is on fire, unfortunately. But it's the men and women of this country that go out and protect us every day. So try your best to talk to people and be good to each other and be kind. But remember to never forget what these men and women sacrificed their lives for us. Never seeing their 21st birthday, most of them. So God bless you all. Thank you all for being here. And thanks to our town does a terrific job with this. And I would hope more people in the future would come and try to understand why we celebrate this. Hundreds of thousands of men and women have passed, gave their lives for us. So go out, be good to each other, and God bless you all, and have a great weekend. Thank you.
I'd like to acknowledge the members of the police and fire departments for being with us today and all that they do for us. We'll now have a closing prayer by our chaplain, Wayne Morgan. Cover.
Almighty God, Father of all mankind and Judge over nations, we ask you to bless this memorial service and to look down with favor and understanding upon the hearts of those who are gathered here to pay their tribute to your friends and family, and may this supreme sacrifice for the benefit of all free men everywhere. Their lives glorious before us, their deeds are daily inspirational, and those like ourselves who remain in their home communities. In God we trust, and may the faith of our fathers guide, protect, and sustain our people. Amen.
My band. Amazing Grace, one solo, one band.
like to thank everyone for being here today and joining with us. And with that, we'll be closing. Color guard, retrieve colors.
Fall in. Fall in facing that way. And then counter march. Just march through us. Go where you guys were. They're gonna march through us. Spread.
I got one, thank you. Welcome to the North Haven Memorial Day Parade. And we have here first a lead police car, and then we have the color guard of Post 76, North Haven, Connecticut. Color guard, Van Hutt, post colors. That might be a little too,
because somebody's got to use their body. You know, I try to, when I used to coach, I used to try to, you can't always try to rely on your crossover or your hesitation, you know, to try to get by somebody. If you do it the right way, it doesn't come across as sorry. So at the end of the game here, you have Rudy Gobert. You know, for a guy that's not very mobile or strong, he's strong, but he had a stumbling leg. Did you hear what he said?
here we have the Grand Marshal for 2024, Mr. Wayne Morgan, with his granddaughter and lead driver, Mr. Frank Quinto. I'm not certain who this one is. And now we have other veterans from Post 76 and other vets Murray Reynolds, Post 76, formed in 1921. Good job. We have water if you need it over here. What's that? We have water.
Oh, good.
Get ready for your talk.
Nobody told me I had to speak.
You don't have to. I'll talk for you. I learned a lot about you. You have 2 sons. Here comes a truck indicating the POW MIA designation. Post 17 in Naugatuck, Connecticut. And here is the 80th year of the North Haven Police Department. North Haven's finest. And a very special dog. Now is the Landcraft Fife and Drum Corps, which was founded in 1888. I hope not to lose it. And they are over in the Haven, started, here they are. With the North Haven Police Department, formed in 1943. Bought at an auction. How are you? I saw Ralph earlier. here comes the North Haven Republican Committee. They are carrying a banner that says, "Honor our veterans," and especially the veterans this Memorial Day that have passed in service. And the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, replica of the one in Washington, D.C., with a motorcycle escort. Great looking Jeep. Their uniforms look great, don't they? Got the Connecticut and American flags.
The Army can go.
But I'm afraid of
I think we're out of sync just a little.
Oh, yeah.
I think here comes Stony Creek. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that.
Are you talking about down there?
Yeah.
Nelson Tire. Lots of interesting American flags, and almost looks like an autumn theme. Here comes the Stony Creek Fife and Drum Corps, formed in 1887. And they have a monument on the top of East Rock in New Haven. And they have a tradition of doing American patriotic marches and music. Here we have the Great North And here we have some politicians from North Haven. Rosa DeLauro, 3rd District Congressperson. And here we have the North Haven Community Emergency Response Team, followed by ambulances with Nelson and Nelcon Towing. Quite some tow trucks. Nelson is on duty. Here we have North Haven Public Works. Great looking fire truck. the North Haven Democratic Town Committee. Holy cow, what is this? Here comes the Marquis of Granbury Ancient Fife and Drum Corps, going back to the 18th century, 1700s, during the American colonial militia sponsored by an English nobleman before the Revolutionary War. Knights of Columbus, Assembly 097. And the Sons of Italy. The Sons of Italy are coming up. Sons and Daughters of Italy. Lodge 2805. The oldest, largest national Italian fraternal organization in the country. That's a flex. Sons and Daughters of Italy have some great looking cars and vehicles.
Warm it up too much, it might blow up.
And here comes the Amity Club of New Haven. They foster and promote charitable, intellectual, and civic pursuits among its members. True business standards. And here is the North Haven Middle and High School Band. And these kids are playing. North Haven Youth Football. Keep their tradition going. All these young North Haven boys and girls, looking good there, kids. Really look good. Here's the game. Here's the New Haven Gaelic Highland Pipe Band, formed by Malcolm A. McDonald in 1968, making many parades throughout the state, Irish, Scottish, and the pipers are piping away. Special Olympics in there. All right. Have some fun this year at the Olympics. 32 sports are played. And here we have the North Haven girls softball. They've been around for 18 years, many teams. Now, here's the North Haven Soccer Club. Soccer Youth, organized by the Recreation Department. Woo. Sailing Masters of 1812 Fife and Drum Corps. And these guys have been around Essex, Connecticut in the War of 1812. And here's Max Sittaway, baseball. Another championship coming up in a few years for North Haven. And here we have lots of youth involved in North Haven sports. This boy, we have Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Brownies, Girl Scouts. A lot more with lacrosse, North Haven girls lacrosse, taekwondo. And here come the lacrosse girls. They're coming on down.
Oh my God, look at me, lacrosse.
Boys and girls with lacrosse.
Look how big it is, lacrosse, huh? Remember it.
Taekwondo. The old game of Taekwondo.
Like your hair.
Connecticut Valley Field Music. It was formed in 1862 during the Civil War. bunch of veterans over there yesterday, and they made cards for them on Thursday. Pack 803. Boy Scouts of America, North Haven, Connecticut, Troop 811.
How we doing, Mike?
And here are the Girl Scouts. North Haven, 1912 was formed.
All right. How are you, sir? Good. You? Very well. Up the tie. Thank you for your That's what happens when you've been
The
a rebel.
Hurricanes are up there.
Every holiday you get one? West Haven. West Haven guy? 71. Baseball team.
I was a post commander for 10 years, district commander for 2 years, broke the record. And then I was a state commander for a year. Now I'm just a chaplain. But I've done Boy Scouting, Cub Scouting, I've done it all.
Done it all. Well, he said.
Here are the Connecticut Hurricanes coming up. They were organized in 1955, Fife and Drum Corps, and they have been on every major kind of offer in the world with the senior hurricane. Decibels are going up.
These guys are so good. Let's see what you have. Let's see what you have. You're gonna do something. Yeah, they're gonna make us. Here. Can't hear you. Tony Perfetto's over there. Nope. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Tractor.
Hi, Denise. Hey, you're the driver. Have a good weekend.
Quite a few tractors.
Yeah. You know what? He came to our post. We had a meeting. Yeah. And he says one bedroom apartment went off at $7,500. Wow. That's like, I could afford that.
And then when you run out of money,
they put you on title like these. Really? Tom heard it. He knows. He does it? So Tom heard it. You know, he was at the first meeting.
here comes the correlation of the pyramid.
How much is the thing on the field?
Pyramid Shriners, pipes and drums. And this is the Pyramid Shriners Motor Patrol, formed in 1964. Oh, the old classic cars.
Excuse me, Steve. This woman's going to read tonight? She's going to read? Sure. What are you going to say?
Oh, I have a poem I wrote. I'm the musical voice. Okay.
What's your name?
Naomi Boyce.
Naomi Boyce. Naomi.
Naomi.
I got to write it down. I'm thinking a lot of good things I'm
No,
going
I get it.
on.
I get it.
And here are the Milford Pyramid Shriners Motor Patrol. Oh, these guys are good. United Motor Patrol coming up.
They look like stuff. But he was more of a spectator son up there. He was at work.
You won't say that. I didn't see him. I might be sorry. I really shouldn't say
WPLR.
Sorry, I should say something. I just talked about I didn't.
I used to
Yeah, I miss. Like, I heard dates.
So here's the thing. People said to me, we so appreciate you and Dave getting and saying hi to the people. But they want you.
I feel bad. I don't say a lot. I can't say you can't. It's 2 rows. You can't do it.
Can't do
We
that.
never finish.
I felt bad coming around this corner. I was tied up on this side. You know what? I want to.
Every time I see, I like her, but she's so weird. She wasn't there. I saw you.
And here comes the Performing Arts Studio BE. It's teaching quality instruction in the performing arts while instilling confidence and appreciation. It's located in the center of North Haven, and here come these students right now. Unbridled enthusiasm.
Yeah, unbridled. I like that word.
Oh, I meant to.
I could do that here. I don't know about the fair. I don't know if the fair, I mean, you're talking about the North Haven Fair.
We did it with
I don't know if they're doing it. I think they're do a proclamation for a nation. So the fair has to make that decision. Because when we did it with George Bueller, they were in Dallas. They don't have a sound system. And I thought that they said they don't want to do it this year. But I'll do something for you. That's not my decision up there. That's the fair.
You can't do the day in advance. We're coming up that Sunday. We'll be there Thursday, that's Sunday. I mean, you can Thursday. You got so much.
But what I'm saying is I can do it. I don't know if I can do it there. Because I don't know if they want to do it there. I can do it in my office and they can say that the difference is mismatch for anything.
Or briefly come to a meeting.
Look, what I'll do is I'll call them and see. If they say we're not doing it this year, then we'll do something over here from there.
Okay.
I'll do it.
If anybody's going to do it, this parade, you know, it's intense.
So figure on we're going to do it. No matter where it is.
Just have her either at the post or maybe at the fair. I thought the fair would be okay. But I talked to Tanya about it. She thought it was a good idea.
You can't see me.
I should give you the fair number. Yes.
I would. DD in the morning, WYBC 94.3. FM. I think this is Fox Church.
It's a Congregational church. Congregational, Steve.
Here's the Congregational Church, 300 years. Great looking replica.
This is Fox.
And here comes the Fox Church with the presentation.
Across the plains in Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand to say, yeah. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you when we get hurt still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. To be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you when we get hurt still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless us. Happy Memorial Day! We are Trey Cole. Yeah, thank you, North Haven. Thank you to Fox Church for having us. We hope everybody has a great Memorial Day. You enjoy nothing but fun times with your family and friends. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, everybody, if I could have your attention, we're going to have a ceremony and a short involvement with some of the people on stage in the North Haven High School Band. And this is North Haven's 2024 Memorial Day Parade. And what we're going to do first is I just want to mention a couple of things about Memorial Day. It's basically to honor the people that have died in service to our country that didn't come back. And there was one that I mentioned a few years ago when I was a teacher in North Haven. We actually did a search to find about a guy by the name of Warren Thompson, who's on the plaque back there in World War II. And Jane Iannone and some of the other people from the Historical Society found the reason why he is MIA, because he was in a destroyer in the Atlantic and he got transferred to a submarine that was torpedoed in the Pacific, and he went down, and unfortunately he'll never be found. But the first thing I want to do is for the North Haven High School band. I believe they're going to do a presentation with Mrs. Oakley. And is it the Star Spangled Banner? Okay. So everybody please. Wayne? The Grand Marshal for this year's parade is a guy who's standing right next to me, Wayne Morgan, Vietnam era naval person. And Wayne went in 1968 in the Navy. He was basically an electrician who did a lot of traveling. And he went from Spain, where he spent some time, and he went through the Panama Canal, all the way to Hawaii, then to Australia, and Guam. And there are a couple of things before he speaks that I'd like to mention about him. Because we didn't make much money in the armed forces, Wayne had a part-time job as a projectionist for a movie theater. I don't know what he was paid for that, but he had that. And one other thing that I found out, that when Wayne was in Spain, he was almost a champion boxer. So Wayne, I'll let you talk.
Thank you. Welcome, one and all. I hope you enjoyed the parade today, and I hope that in your hearts you remember all the people that gave their lives for our freedom and the freedoms that we enjoy today. Thank you very much, and have a great day. It's a beautiful day. How could we not have a great day? Look at the weather. You haven't had this weather in a long time. Let's enjoy it. Mike, I believe you're up next.
All right, Wayne. And a couple other things I didn't mention, but Wayne, like another person in our outfit who's passed away, Post 76, Charles Morrissey, he was the department commander for the state of Connecticut, which means that all the American Legion posts throughout Connecticut, he was the leader. So he's done so much over the decades for remembering and involvement in military affairs. Now we're going to have a few people speak. And the first person I'm going to call up is Mr. Michael Frieda, the first selectman.
Thank you very much, Steve, and I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Let's give a special round of applause for the real heroes of North Haven, the Post 76 members. Let's give them a round of applause. Wayne Morgan said it perfectly. Today is a beautiful day. There'll be a lot of festivities today, barbecues, cookouts, sporting events. But if we take Wayne's lead and we can pause and reflect for maybe another moment sometime today to remember those that allow us to do the things we do and live in freedom. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mike. Now I would like to have our state representative, Dave Yacarino.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Post 76. And really, thank you to the town of North Haven and all our men and women that serve our military today. But today and this weekend is Memorial Day, and it's remembering our men and women that, true, they didn't even make their 21st birthday, most of them. Most were 17 to 18, 19-year-old kids that gave their life, their sacrifice for us, so we could have a beautiful town, a beautiful freedoms we have, but just good, like I said earlier today, those men and women, they fought for our freedoms. They don't want us to fight with each other. Let's be good to each other, be kind to each other, respect each other, and love this town and this country. God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend, and always be good to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Now, we say that the police department, the fire department are finest, but really, in a lot of cases, it's our students. And now we're going to have somebody read a short piece about Memorial Day, and her name is, she's a senior at North Haven High School, Naomi Borenstein.
Hi, I'm Naomi Bornstein. I am the town's youth poet laureate. Good? You good? Okay. And I wrote a poem in honor of Memorial Day and in honor of all the troops who have laid down their lives so that we can celebrate this holiday today. It's titled Decoration Day. To the person who ran and danced and cried before me, who shared the curve of my nose, the shake of my laugh, which is to say, the person who was human like me, who laid down for a chance at peace. I am sorry you never got to lick vanilla ice cream on a sun-bright day again. Memorial Day once went by a different name, when it was just the kindness, the action of people decorating the graves of both those marked and unmarked. Over time, graveyards became lost teddy bears, torn apart by the elements, waiting for someone to return, to remember. And over 100 years after the first action, Memorial Day was declared a national holiday. To the person who sung and laughed and screamed before me, who shared my bones, my lungs, my dimples paired, I am sorry I cannot give you more than a flag and a flower. This is not an even exchange. It is believed that formerly enslaved people were the first to decorate graves, an action most likely in thanks of all that was sacrificed, so they could have a chance to dream past the present. This tradition spread quickly throughout the nation, from Little Waterloo in New York, to Connecticut, to Ohio, to California. It used to be celebrated throughout May. Only now, after it was declared a national holiday, do we celebrate as one. To the person who kissed and smiled and yelled before me, who shared my hands, my hair, the voice in which I read these words, I have little to offer in comparison to your sacrifice, except for this. I can read your name and I can repeat it. I can repeat it till it ripples through every curve and groove of my brain. Repeat it until I can remember your memories, not as yours, but as my own. which is to say, I can tell the story of your life. Thank you.
No, I was just asking her, she's graduating from North Haven High School. She told me she's going to Mount Holyoke College, and I believe that's in Massachusetts, right? And she's going to major not in literature, but in biology. So I think that's pretty good too, because you can do anything you want in this country. Now, we do have another selection coming up from the North Haven High School Band, Mrs. Oakley. So we'll let you bring it on. Great job, kids. And we're going to be closing our ceremony right now. But before we do, I want to say a couple things, thank yous. I want to say thank you for all the residents of North Haven to continue supporting our Memorial Day parade. The Public Works, great setting up. North Haven TV, Walter Mann. Eddie Bruce and Chris Smith for the start of the parade, the organization. And of course, our parade chairman, a guy who's incredibly dedicated, Mr. Nick Mastriani. I'm going to have him stand up. Everybody, let's clap for him. Okay, and finally, before we lay the wreath over at the town hall, over many years, I've told people this particular thing to do with people, and that is talk to people who are veterans and about their experiences in the service, and learn about how they experienced everything, or as much as they want to share with you. Some people were in combat and they have certain emotional feelings, and some people had adventures. But I think that I've seen things in schools where people talked about something that happened during their service time 65 years later. And why they did it, he just said he felt like he wanted to. And those are things that you can share with your family members or friends, and I think that would be a wonderful thing to do, especially if you see somebody over the summer or this Memorial Day weekend. So, post 76, we're going to post the colors. This is a solemn thing that we do every year. It'll take about 2 minutes. That concludes our 2024 North Haven Memorial Day Parade, and I want to thank everybody. Great reverence with the taps, and it has a real, true meaning. Thank you all, and enjoy your weekend.